Good afternoon. My name is Corey McGee. I'm the president of Long Island Chapter Noble, National Organization of Black Law Enforcement Executives. Assembled with me today is Senator Eric Adams, Brooklyn Senator. I have the head of the 100 Blacks in Law Enforcement Executives, Noel Leader. I have the head of the National Organization of Latino Associate Officers, Tony Miranda, assembled clergy, Reverend Watson, and other noble members. We have the Grand Council of Guardians, Aaron Jackson, Mr. Billups here. We're here today, obviously, because there was an incident yesterday that happened in the Hempstead Police Department that took us back about 50, 60 years. There was a noose found in the men's locker room of the Hempstead Police Department. A civilian member of the service brought a rope to Deputy Chief Dixon, who's the third highest ranking officer in the Hempstead Police Department, only the second in the 75-year of the history of the Hempstead Police Department to hold that position as an African American. We're just coming off the Gen 6 case down in Louisiana, and we're not going to stand by and take this any longer. So the noose was brought to his attention. It was hung up for at least 2 days. We know that because the person that brought it to him told him that he saw it on Thursday. Nassau County Internal Affairs is actively investigating this incident at this time, but we are appalled at this behavior, especially in a police department that's 50% minority. It's a department of about 107 officers, and over approximately 47 to 50 are minorities. In this day and time, 2007, we're not going to just stand by it, because today is a noose, and tomorrow they're trying to put somebody's head in it.
Good afternoon, my name is Noel Leader. I'm one of the co-founder members of 100 Black Law Enforcement Who Care, as well as other members. We'd like to add our voice to the many voices that are here today to manifest our outrage in three very important things we have to take note of. Number one, it was a member of the Nassau Police Department who put that noose, Hempstead Police Department, that put that noose in this building. It wasn't a civilian member. It is a member who is sworn to obey and protect the law. Second message is that this was a message of hate. The noose represents one of the most hateful messages that you can send to members of the African American communities as well as others. The third thing that is very important is that a clear message has to be sent that this kind of activity will not be tolerated. A very clear and definite message has to be sent that this will not be tolerated. Finally, we have no confidence in the agency to conduct an investigation we call on the Department of Justice to intervene and conduct a thorough investigation on the culprit of this incident. We want that person punished. They should no longer be a member of this agency. Their employment and their connection to this agency should be terminated immediately in order to send the proper signal that we will not tolerate a noose, nowhere, no way, at no time.
Hi, I'm New York State Senator Eric Adams, and this is, you know, clearly when you have a promotion of an African American or any other ethnicity, it's a promotion to indicate the progress an agency takes. A noose is a signal of a regressive attitude that's taking place, and I think that Noel Leader made it clear. We all champion the call that when an internal police agency is possibly participating in some form of a hate crime, but this isn't a hate crime, then it needs to go outside the organization in order to get a thorough and comprehensive investigation. we will not accept. Those of us who serve in a law enforcement capacity, either through the NOBLE, the Guardians, 100 Blacks in Law Enforcement, we are not going to sit on the sideline and watch anyone that adorn a blue uniform think they can operate with a white hood. That's unacceptable. This is not 1950 Selma, Alabama. This is Long Island and New York State. And as a state legislator, a letter will go out to the governor to allow a special prosecutor to come on board, look at this case and examine, is this widespread? For a noose to have a 3-day period of hanging in a police facility, then everyone that walked past the noose, everyone that saw the noose and didn't report it, they all violated the internal department procedures, and the person that put the noose there violated possibly criminal procedures in the state of New York. It is imperative that our signal and our message is clear. This is unacceptable. It would not be tolerated, and the person who's guilty of this action should be immediately removed from the police department, and this case should not be investigated solely by the Internal Affairs Bureau of this agency, because we don't know who the culprit is. It should be investigated by an outside body and an outside entity.
I'm Anthony Miranda from the National Latino Officers Association. And we really have to put this in perspective. If they can do this and hang in a noose on the highest ranking African American police chief, then what kind of perspective are they treating our community as out there? If they can do it indoors, then that means outdoors it has to be festering in a bigger capacity. We're calling for the law enforcement officers here who are African American, who are minority, to stand up. We're calling for the regular officers who are not minority, if they are not prejudiced, if they are not part and parcel of this kind of thinking, that they need to step up right now. It's not just African Americans and Hispanics standing side by side. It's every decent human being who understands the implication of a hanging noose. It'd be the equivalent of having a swastika put out in some of these synagogues, and we should have that kind of response to this investigation.
Right, Tom.
So we're calling for everybody to unite and stand behind this chief, and the community is going to be a big part of this. But again, you have 50% officers in here, and you have the other 50%, and they have the opportunity to stand behind their chief and say that they are not part and parcel, and they can work toward that investigation to identify the people who are responsible for hanging that noose. And we're going to ask for that prosecution, full prosecution. No deals, no letting out, no termination. If it's a criminal case, which it is, then they should prosecute him accordingly to the fullest extent of the law, and they should let the community know that we will not tolerate it inside the police department. We will not tolerate it in our communities. We stand here united with this chief, showing that he is not alone, and he will never be alone again.